Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet?
I love people as I meet them one by one. People are just wonderful as individuals. You see the whole...
My great aspiration, my greatest ambition is to be so good. Now, in that way, I'm tiresome, as I suppose, to live with, because I want to be a fantastic human being.
I am the greatest. We're not disputing that, Cassius, but how does Sonny Liston feel about it? He can't feel but one way, and that's take everything I say and like it. Because February the 25th, I'm going to take back my job. I'm the champ. He's no champ. He's a tramp.
When you see men fall, don't laugh. Learn. Learn. Because you're on your way up. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation.
Mantra, slave song, slave ship, rip skin, made me rip bones. But no matter how close I hide, my ancestors speak. They tell me the tide isn't burn on us like we're weak. I haven't been getting sleep, longing to sing until I surpass peak. Until they think we are equal, please. All I want is peace. My ancestors beat drums until their bones would bleed, begging the generations remember our story.
Glory, praise, and honor to the Most High. What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal? Reigning womb, what's up? Hey, how you been? How you been? It's been a while since I seen you pop up on the timeline. I hope life treating you good. I hope the family is good. I hope your friends is good. I hope you're in good health. Shout outs. Shout outs. I hope everybody is doing good. It's Saturday morning. We are here. We are in the flesh. God is good all the time. Grace and mercy smiles upon all of us yet again. And I couldn't be more grateful to be here. I want to give a shout out to my poets, my writers, producers, painters, dancers, all that. Shout out to Sydney. Shout out to Rob. Shout out to the whole crew. You know what I'm saying? You see the title. I got a couple of clips I'm going to play for different reasons. And you know, this has been buzzing for a while. I've done a couple of reactions to it. I've never done a live to it. And I felt like I needed to address it. Because I've seen that there's a small group of people who feel like she's being attacked. I don't think that's necessarily the case here. We got to address Steph Curry for his role. I want to address toxic masculinity. I want to address people getting into relationships that they have no business getting into, and what it looks like when you make rash decisions and choices based off of being desperate. This is ugly, man. And like, it's unfortunate because you go into a business to create a lifestyle that is suitable for offspring and for your loved ones. You want them to be comfortable. You don't want them to struggle. You want them to be healthy and happy. Who doesn't want their loved ones to succeed or have the best opportunities at life? I think most of us would choose that option over struggling day in and day out from morning to noon, clocking in 24 hours a day, slaving, all for what? Steph Curry is one of the greatest basketball players to step on a NBA court. However, there's a looming shadow of controversy that is following him around and has been plaguing him for some time. And it goes by the name of Ayesha Curry. If you're not familiar, you should be. This is what happens when you're in the spotlight, when you make millions of dollars, when you're good at what you do, when you excel at what you do. You're always going to draw attention to you, negative and positive. People are going to speculate, give advice, be nosy, add their 2 cents. But you don't know the inner workings of a person's personal space unless you are around them 24 hours a day. Most of us aren't. Most of us have absolutely zero idea what his household looks like. The problem is you make everything public. One thing that I hate, and I'm going to bring up the first clip that I want to address, the one that I'm going to play first, is a small portion from Joe Budden's podcast, and him and his team, they're having a conversation about some resurfaced videos, 2 of which I have. To everybody who is speculating and everybody who has voiced their opinion, let's try to be as objective as possible here. All right. This could happen to anybody, successful or not. You could have a regular 9-to-5 job and encounter somebody that is unequally yoked to you. We all deal with people like that. You know that your calling and your purpose requires you to have a level of discipline that eliminates these temptations, but you would rather embrace the temptations. And then once you embrace the temptations and you sow the seed, you end up getting what we have here. Let me go ahead and put this up on the big screen real quick. This is Exhibit A. This is the opinions of a group of men speculating on their marriage and relationship based off of the commentary that she has provided openly to the population. Nobody threatened her. Nobody bribed her to go public with any of this. She chose this. And because she chose it, now people are going to do exactly what they have been doing. But let's get some opinions. I want to give you a small little taste of what people are speculating.
I think while you look for the clip, I think Ayesha Curry is who y'all try to paint Sierra to be.
Say more. Yeah.
People constantly say Sierra's with Russell because this is not the dude she wants. She just settled for him. She wants
you cooking ice.
The bad boy and all this other shit, and she seems to really be happy and really be this person
with a cookbook though.
I think that Ayesha Curry is all of that shit y'all say about Sierra applies to Ayesha Curry.
The nigga cooking with a cookbook. Who you heard say that, nigga? You smoke. Where you get that from? You got that from Miss D's? That was fire. Where you get that from? He ain't come up with that fire.
Watch your mouth, nigga.
He heard that somewhere.
I'm not.
You know what's messed up about this? I ain't knocking, just like I don't knock anybody's opinions or points of views when it comes to this stuff. Like, if y'all didn't want y'all business out there for the public, don't make it public. Keep your shit private. I could never be a celebrity because I would never want anybody in my personal business. Whatever's going on between me and my spouse is going to stay between me and my spouse. You'll never see my children on camera. You're not getting any of that. Y'all feed off of drama. When he's talking about Sierra and comparing Sierra to Ayesha Curry and all of these similarities, what he's basically saying is Sierra lived a life that is similar to someone who wants to remain in the streets. Someone who just wants to play around and have fun. Like we've all done it. Most of us don't have that level of stoicism in us at an early age. So we just run amok and we're from door to door, house to house, bed to bed. It's fun. It's exciting. You get the orgasm, you get the thrill, you get the chase, you get the variety. You only live once. You want to experiment. Sierra, based off of the comparison that he just made, is basically what he is saying that Ayesha Curry is or wanted to be. People still think Sierra just settled for Russell Wilson. Nobody really believes she wants to be with that man. And that's up to you to decide whether or not that's true or not. But I mean, she had kids with him. At the end of the day, whether or not you believe she really liked him or not, she still had children with him. Facts. Multiple. And he want more. But here's where we twist it and we turn it into, well, let's have an open panel and peel back some of these layers. Can a person who lived for the street have redeemable qualities? Can someone who's been out here sharing their body to multiple men and women be better than what they were? I don't know how many times I've had conversations with folks that say, you think I'm that same person. I'm not that person anymore. Hell, I've even said it. I've accepted the fact that it doesn't really make a difference what you believe. Me and God know the work that I did, the heartache, the stress, the pain, the embarrassment, everything that I had to do in my dry season, I did it because of me. You don't have to see the change, but it's there. And it's going to reflect through my actions. It's going to reflect through my business. It's going to reflect through my relationships with coworkers and my family in general. You will see it. I won't have to say a word. I don't have nothing to prove to you. Yes, I was out there just like the rest of us. Some people never change, but people can absolutely turn their life around completely. Who am I to tell you that you can't become a vice president or you can't become one of the wealthiest women or men on this planet, even though you just got out of jail for that's not my place. Whatever God wants you to do, if he calls you to do it and you obey him, there's nothing that a man or a woman or a child can say. I think the reason why people still do what they do with Sierra is because they don't believe her. They don't believe that she's redeemed herself. They don't believe that she's a different person. Maybe she isn't. Only time will tell. But what I want to address before I finish playing this video is that And you'll see here in a second, Ayesha Curry, she didn't have the same background as Sierra did. But the way she talked, she speaks as if that's what she wanted. She didn't want to be tied down. Allegedly. But let's continue with the clip.
I like that. That ain't come from that noggin.
That was a good one. That was. I'm not going. Does anybody know how long?
I had the clip if you want me to play. Let's hear the clip first.
Always knew you wanted a big family?
No.
Hey, before I play this clip, this is her on call her daddy.
Okay.
Or Call Me Daddy.
Yeah.
You know the one.
Yeah.
Which
two very different shows.
No, it's the same show. The bitch that went and got the money.
Squawk.
You know who it is. The one that left her partner and fucking
took off.
Yeah, took off. Left her partner working at Whole Foods back.
No. Partner left. Partner thought she was Ayesha and left Steph alone. And Steph went out there started stepping.
The partner was fighting for how she was being treated at the company, and she got the bad end of the stick. That's why I keep telling Mark about fighting for your rights. Sometimes
you get them.
Sometimes.
Here you go. Here go your rights.
No, but listen, all I want to say about, women that go on that podcast, it seemed like...
Oh, yeah. That's their place to get their shit off.
They getting their shit off.
Empowering.
They getting their shit off up there, man. What, shouldn't women be allowed to have their space?
Yes.
The she shed.
Before I play the clip,
the kitchen.
Let me say this real quick. I love podcasts. I love any platform that allows men and women to be able to do what they're doing and what me and Sydney and Rob and Jason do. I love these type of situations where you can joke, you can laugh, you can agree, you can disagree, and be cordial. It's probably still one of the only places left on social media where, unless you are somebody like Joe Rogan or somebody, where you're policed, your words are monitored and all that, you can still just have open forum with other adults about what's going on in life. At Reigning Womb, that's where I believe people just don't really believe that she's a different person, right? Because, all right, I put it to you like this. I used to smoke. I used to smoke cigarettes. I used to drink. I had that habit since the age of 15. I was smoking from the age of 15. I stopped probably around like 30 or something, somewhere around 32, something like that. But I quit because I needed to get rid of it. It wasn't healthy for my body. It was messing my health up. It made my skin ugly. It made it hard to breathe. And I've seen too many people in my family die in consequences of smoking. But see, it's like we all have our habits and our addictions. At some point and at some age, you come to a scenario where you got to decide if what I'm doing and who I'm choosing to involve myself with is worth the headache, the risk, the stereotyping. And to her defense, I speak personally. At some point, you keep on going through this same revolving door and you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's like, man, what the fuck am I doing? Why the hell do I keep on picking this type of shit only to get the same result over? I gotta do something else. Most people know they gotta do something else. Most people know they gotta change. They're either scared to, or they're in such bondage that they don't know how to escape it. Most of these women are addicted to bad boys or guys that come off and such. I don't even try to figure out no more. Hold on. Just so the people can see this, I want to read this one out loud. So she appreciated and respects Russell Wilson and continues to grow in loving him as she matures. I actually believe that. I mean, like, so, all right, you could put it like this. Either Sierra has gotten dogged out so much that she's sick and tired of making horrible ass decisions, and she decided to take your approach. She decided to grow up, work on herself, even as we speak. And Russell Wilson is the one guy who stuck by her, regardless if you think he is a fool for it or not. He chose her. He chose to work with her and help her work through whatever it is that she's trying to figure out. She sees it. She honors it. Like, what we got to stop doing is automatically assuming that people are destined to fail just because you've seen them one way. That does not mean that they're always going to be that. So there's a good likelihood that Sierra will always have the urge to want to be with people like Future. That probably won't ever go away. But if she's walking with God, he's going to help her through that. And she's going to be able to love this man the way that is necessary. But who's to say? We're just all going off of speculation. If you're asking, only time will tell, as far as I'm concerned. Only time will tell. But the reason why I'm like on the fence with her is because she still dresses way too inappropriately. When you marry, you do not come out the house dressed the way that she has been dressed in some of these clips that I've seen her on social media. Hell no. We're gonna have a huge problem. That's one of the main reasons I don't really I don't know. I'm still on the fence with that. But only time will tell. So, like, you're always going to war with your flesh, always. If you respect your partner, you change. You change because you respect them. You honor God. You respect principles, doctrine, word, you know that in order for this relationship to work, there's going to have to be sacrifices. There's going to have to be balance. You can't still be living worldly in a godly relationship. And that's the issue that I see there with Russell and Sierra. Is that a 100% godly relationship, godly marriage? Russell Wilson ain't playing good. That man has been horrible as of late. I digress, though. You said what was it? Where was it? Ayesha, yeah, the Ayesha comment. That's where I'm going to. You married somebody. Matter of fact, let me finish playing the clip.
All right.
Yo, and they call me.
Before I play the clip, I just want to hear where y'all stand on. Shouldn't women have their space where they get to go talk their womanly, girly, women empowerment shit?
Yeah,
like uninterrupted.
Yeah, like we do here.
Everybody
deserves a space.
Yes. But what happens is when you say that in your space and you are a popular figure,
good for you, nigga. I hear you.
Then that shit gonna come out. And you can't control what comes out to the media. And I also think that, yeah, you should be able to have your space, but you should also have some reservations if it's going to make your significant other look stupid.
Exactly.
All right.
I think a lot of these empowered ones.
Let me play the
Let
me play the clip.
You think they're disobedient?
Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
No. So, I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be a career girl, and that's it. And I had my eyes set on my goals, and I was never the little girl that like dreamt about the wedding dress and all of that. And then it happened so early in my life. So it's like, it's one of those things like you don't know what you actually don't know what you want.
It's so hard also to be the woman in a situation where you're like,
Yeah.
Like they can maybe tell him,
sorry,
fucking shots suck tonight, but like that is just like not a factor of conversation as much.
No.
Did you talk to Steph about it, like, or did you kind of keep it within yourself so it didn't?
I do not have
kids. Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
Oh, okay.
Oh, she go further because she goes
because that right there is not bad to me.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I totally agree with everything she said.
No, she was just saying she tried to talk to him. He just don't understand because he's like, well, we got everything. Like, that's my question.
Go get a job.
I disagree with that.
She didn't want kids. She didn't want to get married. But you did. You did all the above. And years later, you decide that you want to get on a platform and talk about how you didn't want this and didn't want that and how you didn't appreciate this and that. I have a couple more I'm going to play. I really want to slow cook because we got to be completely clear here. Steph Curry. I would love to believe that she gave you every indication when y'all met that she wasn't 1,000% all in with you. You found a way to convince her. And she is very much resentful for allowing you to take her through these years, giving her children, put it like this. She says in the prior video that she didn't believe that he was going to amount to anything. That was already a dig, as far as I'm concerned. You dissed him as soon as you said that. You were supposed to be the successful one. I guess he was supposed to be the one who didn't really do nothing with his life. You were the one that was supposed to sail the 7 seas and explore the world. You were supposed to be this video vixen. You were supposed to be on the magazines. You were supposed to be Cash Me Out Girl, Bernice Burgos, Maya. That was the lifestyle that you imagined for yourself. That's what I got from all of your conversations. You wanted to be the one that was adorned and lusted after, desired. You didn't want to be a trophy wife. You didn't want to be in the shadow. You wanted the validation. You wanted the attention. And you feel as if he took that away from you. And you absolutely feel like he robbed you of the opportunity to be a virtual 304, a digital 304, where you get to be naked and show your ass off and get the admiration from millions of thirsty men. You wanted the option to be out here spreading your cheeks open for whoever you wanted to. And you're mad because you feel as if you gave your best years away to a guy who was successful. Oh shit. The irony in that. You mad at a successful guy for taking you off the market? Or are you mad at a successful guy for taking you off the market? And what am I talking about? You wanted to be out here fucking whoever you wanted. You wanted to fuck Chris Brown. You wanted to fuck Usher. You want to sleep with all of these rappers and singers and shit. That's what you're really trying to translate. He robbed you of that experience. And for the women who don't understand why men come at her, I got you covered.
See, so again,
slow down. I think we're having a lot of conversations.
Yeah, that's all right. Go ahead. Let's. So Corey said, "Yo, what the fuck you gonna go do?" And I said, "Yeah, that part."
She can go get a job.
I disagree with that piece. I think that there is power in you going out, earning your keep, whatever the case may be. There's some fulfillment there.
And they got fly sewing machines now.
You ain't seen the Williamson
the shit with the laser?
For real.
The shit with the laser.
They got the shit with the triple needle.
Good job, man.
Yo, and they call me the misogynist.
It's easier than ever to go grocery shopping now. So.
Yeah.
No, I disagree. I think that there is when you get in a relationship that young, I think that she could potentially feel like she missed out on a big part of the world. I'm dead serious when I say that.
I'm with you.
Like, yo, you going to college or you sending your resume out, you going on interviews, and then you outside working. It's something to experience. And if you never experienced it, I could see where there would be some lack of fulfillment there.
She sounded like she living in regret. See, I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah,
no, but that's not on that one clip.
I heard the other. That's why I want to separate the two things out, right? What she said there, I think, was quite reasonable. Mm-hmm. They asked her if she saw herself in this place, and she said, "No, I had these other plans for myself, who I would be in the world, what I would do." And then I got into this relationship so young. Mm-hmm. She said, "You never know where you're going to end up." Basically saying, you make plans, and then life happens. And
see, that's where I gotta challenge him on that. I get where he going. But we got to stop doing that. You're still old enough to say yes or no. You could have said thanks, but no thanks, and went on with your life how you wanted to. Nobody has to do anything, my nigga. You don't have to sleep this person just because. You don't have to be friends with this person just because. You don't have to like this person just you and stop doing that. Stop coping. Stop it. She chose him for a specific reason. She saw something that she didn't expect to see. She decided to weigh her options, and she said, well, this is what I got going on right here. This is what he got going right here. I didn't think he was going to be doing this. So, now that I underestimated his potential, I have to decide if I want to sacrifice what I'm doing for this. And she decided to go and deal with what he had going on, because the likelihood of him getting to where he was going to get was higher than hers. She chose that. Not about to baby her or hold her hand. You might have said, oh, I wanted to do this, but at the end of the day, you still came to the same fork in the road. Just like all of us. So I hear him, but nah.
They go in a different direction. It didn't even sound like a complaint to me. It sounded like she was just saying shit happens in life that you don't anticipate. And I think if you ask the average 16-year-old or 18-year-old,
I agree,
what they want to do and where they're going to be in 10 years, and then you look at them 10 years later, the gap between what they said they were going to do and what they actually did is huge.
Yeah. The reason that the internet is taking this clip and reacting to it a certain way is because they already have a narrative about Ayesha Curry that they've been building based off
things
a few
she said
different,
in the past.
Yeah, based off things she said, based off things she's done. They immediately went back and found the clip when she went on the show with Tia Mowry, when the cake guy came out and she mocked like she was taking her wedding ring off.
Yeah.
There's the other interviews she's done where she said, hey, I never got a chance to, for all intents and purposes, have a whole phase.
She also said some shit like, yo, when I go out, I want the men to look at me and want, you know what I mean, with a certain level.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with all that.
I don't get any
nothing. This is the thing.
But you're representing something.
Nah.
And that's the problem. So again, this is why I say keep your relationships private. And all this stuff should not be on the internet for the world to see. Do you realize how many content creators are out there, including myself? We sit here like this and we scroll and we scroll and we scroll. We're looking for reasons to speak on certain topics. So when it doesn't even matter if it was taken out of context or not, you as a celebrity or influencer, when you get the recording and you're having conversations and you're involved with another person, you absolutely have all responsibilities to ensure that you represent your partners the best way possible. I don't give a shit what time of the day it is. Everything that you say will be used against you in a court of law, in social media court of law. You're millionaires. People worship you. People treat y'all like gods. Treat y'all like y'all perfect. Like you're immune to sin. that you can't do no wrong. So when not only that, they're bored, they ain't got nothing else to do. You're their entertainment. So the second you start getting up here and you start saying something that even remotely sounds like there's trouble in paradise, oh, clip, crop, thumbnail. It's either going to get taken out of context by people who are more concerned about clicks, views, and likes, or it's going to be put in a safe haven of discussion where it's going to be unbiased and fair. Y'all should know this already. You above anybody else, but y'all still reckless.
No, there's something
There's
wrong.
a lot wrong with that.
There's something wrong.
As a representing your husband.
Of course, you don't understand.
You're representing your husband. You're representing somebody.
Fuck you.
Let me ask you this, right? If a married man sat on the couch and a beautiful woman walked in, and that man said, and act like he was gonna go chase the woman, it would be looked at a certain way. You being disrespectful to your wife. If a married man comes in and he's married to, let's say, what's
Ayesha Wilson.
No,
he married somebody nice.
Halle Berry or something, right?
Okay.
And then he says, "Yo, when I go out, I'll be wanting these chicks to look at my gray sweatpants too, dog. Like I don't want to be." Like it's something to be said about that. Like it's disrespectful to your significant
I think
other.
that also entirely depends on your relationship with your partner, because
Yeah.
some partners
I
have
agree
like
with
a fun relationship where they joke about that type of shit, and it might not be known by the public that these are
Steph
jokes in the house.
Steph could think nothing of it, but when you say it publicly, now you open up yourself to public criticism of what the world looks at as appropriate and inappropriate.
I've also seen Steph stick up for her, and some people putting up content.
He's
bashing
done
her.
that as recently as last week.
Yeah, Killer Mike
with
said something. Yeah.
But Steph is a man of the church.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So his views and how he handles things and how he goes about it, like, we get it, one. Two, Steph is part of he flies in that rarefied air of people where there is nothing negative that we know to say about him.
Sure.
Yeah. He's the 6'1" guy that became the greatest in a sport where we always thought you had to be tall and big. He's this,
6'3".
Still short.
Yeah.
Short. Yeah.
He's the tiny guy, but I mean, he made his way to the best shooter in the world. You'd have to really stress yourself to find negative press about him. True. And it seems like the only time that we can create the internet, when I say we create some type of story about him, is when we hear from
your better half.
And I think that's part of the problem. And I agree with you, Isham, part of that. I wasn't disagreeing with the taking the ring part of it. I was talking about the whole phase part. I was saying,
look, who's perfect? I don't think that man perfect. Yeah, he probably played basketball great and all that, but just because he knows how to conduct himself in media, that does not mean that off camera that he's probably a horrible human being. But he doesn't give you the opportunity to even speculate that. I respect that. When he goes out here and TMZ and all these people got the cameras on him, he don't dog her out. He don't say nothing negative about her. He not going out of his way to put his business out there. That man does his job, smiles, and go on about his day.
and it, like, I don't think anything's wrong with her coming out and saying, "Hey, I never got to have a whole face."
It
Or
is something
saying
wrong.
that.
It is something wrong.
I get that you have a different position. Let me say mine. So, for me, the context in which I heard her say it was like every young person has a chance to experiment before they get married. I don't think she wanted to have a whole phase with him, like while she was with him. I think she was saying, I never had a chance to experience single life as an adult. And I do think a lot of people should have that. The ring thing, I wouldn't like. You know what I mean? Again, if my wife did it, I would not care.
Based on your relationship.
Stop telling people to have a whole phase. Stop telling people to go out here and blow their youth on random sex, drugs, all. Just stop doing it. That's horrible advice. That's the shit I be talking about. When you reaching thousands of people like they are, you got to watch what you say. No, you do not. At 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, you should not be out here fucking everything that you see. Your ass should be in school, church. You can have friends and all that. No sex, no drugs, none of that. Why would you encourage that? Don't you understand? Because of what we did, the children today are the way that they are. Because when we were their age, we were doing that shit. Fucking all the girls in the neighborhood and fucking all the... We were doing that trifling shit. And it just passed on to them. Horrible advice. Oh, you got to get it out your system now, so when you get older, you know better. What? I never advocated for that.
Based on our relationship, because that's sort of how we joke. It's like when that Denzel video went up, and I was like, and she was like, husband, I ain't got no husband. Like when she was saying, like, it's funny. To me, it's cute and it's funny, and I don't care. It seems to me that a lot of the people who have a criticism of her have a certain idea of how women should be in relationships. Yeah. And a lot of those people, to your point, Joe, they're partly modeling it based on how men in step, like he's a man of the church. And so there's a certain idea of what church women should look like and what church mothers and first ladies should look like. That view is very similar to the view that many traditional non-church people have about how women should operate. And I don't necessarily think even though Steph's part of the church, that's his view.
I think while you look for the clip, I think Ayesha Curry is who y'all try to paint Sierra to be.
Say more.
Yeah.
That was that clip. Now I want to go to the one that was from a few years back. That clip is what I'm talking about when I say you got to know how to represent your spouse when you're out in the public. This is unacceptable.
Did you always knew you wanted a big family?
And this is exactly why people have so many opinions and feel so strongly about her comments. Which is why I asked, is she smart or just extremely stupid?
Me and like honestly has given me something that really bothers me and like honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that like there are all these women like throwing themselves, but me, like the past 10 years, like I don't have any of that. Like I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention. And so then like I begin to internalize it and I'm like, is something wrong with me?
Where do I want to start with this? First, let's address the fact that the women on this panel, you did her an absolute disservice. Why would you coddle her? The first thing you should have said was, why do you want attention from other men when you're married? But this is what a lot of y'all do. And I know it's because you got an audience. Your audience is predominantly women, most likely. And you're moving off emotion and your feelings, not logic. Within that 24-second clip, where was the concern or the compassion or empathy for the husband? Have you ever heard anything negative about Steph Curry from any source? Most people celebrate and give him his flowers. Stand-up guy. Why is it the person inside the house, the one consistently throwing shade? Why? Why do you want attention from other men? Why do you want the DMs? Why do you want to even be put in a position where your relationship could be tested? So many things don't add up, right? Because if you happily married, you could care less who admires you. Like, I wouldn't give a fuck if another woman ever looked at me again. As long as my wife saw me and made sure I was straight, why would I be concerned about you? Unless I needed validation or I needed that tiny window to remain open just in case I want to, a little side mission. They enabled her, rubbing on her elbow and her arm, trying to make her feel better. Whole time, where's the sympathy for him? That's why I don't really rock with a lot of panels like this. They're biased. There is no neutrality. Like, the shit be so phony. Extremely, extremely fake. So it's okay for her to dismiss him. He gave her a home. She doesn't have to stress about money, finances, food, shelter. Her children are taken care of. She can go wherever the hell she wants. She can buy whatever she wants. She knows he's a good dude, but she doesn't respect him. Just like Reigning Woman said, she don't respect him. And I've even speculated and gone as far as to say, I believe that she is slowly preparing herself. Timestamp it. She is slowly preparing herself for a divorce. She's going to find a way. She's going to find a way out that house. Y'all going to start seeing her in the gym. She's going to start working out. She's going to start trimming off, getting that weight off her. She's going to start wearing skimpy outfits, showing off her physique. But and then next thing you know, boom, divorce. I could be wrong though. I could really be wrong. And if I am, I'm fine with that. I don't trust her. I don't. And I blame him for a lot of it because he knew damn well. Most men know when a woman is interested or not. But see, he knew that she wasn't really into him like that. She probably thought he was okay. He didn't care. And he kept pursuing her anyway. And she just went on and said, fuck it. So he wasn't even her first option. I also believe that she believes in her heart that she is a bigger and better deal. She believes that she can have somebody better than him. And it burns her up that life didn't pan out that way. She's playing a role. And she's playing it well. Pretending to really be in love with that man while secretly harboring all types of resentment towards him. Because in her eyes, she is better than him. And now what she's doing is going on a market run where every opportunity somebody offers to put her in front of a camera, she's going to do what she can to get the attention on her. That's why I'm like, is she dumb or smart? She didn't want him. She probably didn't think he was the most attractive. He's attractive enough to have kids with, but he's not the I'm willing to be a complete freak for. He's not the level of attractive that I'm willing to not disrespect, but he's good enough. You would never think that there are women out here that pre-plan their exit strategies. Like from the beginning, when they very first lay eyes on you, they already know how they're going to proceed dealing with specific people, whether or not they're going to respect you and love you unconditionally, or if it's just going to be a temporary thing and they're just going to get out of it what they can get out of it and then slowly back out of it. I believe she's one of them people that planned all this shit out somehow, and it like a light bulb went off. It's like, oh shit, wait a minute. I almost fucked up the bag. Let me stop before I fuck this shit up. Hold on. Let's not do this. And she capitalized off of it. And now she's trying to make her way through social media. And a lot of people not falling for it.
I ain't fucking with this shit no more. Where's my fucking coat?
You know what's funny about that? If for whatever reason, I don't wish this on nobody, but for whatever reason, they do decide to get a divorce, and she returns to the public pavement, it's going to be just what you said here. You know why? One, because you just told the entire world that you don't respect him. You don't really like him. Even though it's like you're saying, I know he's a good guy, but I still don't like him. I done did 3 reaction videos where women got married to a guy that was good. He ain't do nothing to her. Pay for everything, all that. All of the shit that you say you want in a good guy, these dudes did it. And guess what? All 3 of these women went to TikTok and said, oh shit, I don't even want to be married no more. It's boring. It's boring. Something's missing. He's a good guy, but it's just not for me. What? What?
The fool. Why I gotta be the fool?
You say one thing out your mouth and do something else. It's like, don't look, ladies, specifically the ones who are fidgety and you don't know what the fuck you want until you're 60 years old. If you want to be a hoe, my nigga. Like if you just like dick, just say you like dick and you don't want to settle down with nobody. All this undecisive shit, stay away from everybody. Men want marriage. Men want strong relationships. We not out. All of us are not out here bullshitting around trying to be playing babysit with your ass. Take that shit somewhere else. There's a community of men out here that have no problem hitting it from the back and then leaving you alone. If they ever get divorced, she's gonna find out the hard way. And on top of that, the way that she's doing him publicly, the children ain't gonna like that shit at all. Like when they really truly understand and watch all these reaction videos and they see how people are saying how their mom disrespect their dad, oh, it's going to be a problem. She don't know what the hell she's doing. She's just reckless. And the men and the people who are watching this shit unfold on social media, we looking at this like, man, yeah, no respect for that. Can't fuck with that. She ain't even all that. She is a solid 4. She's light skinned. That's it. She's a solid 4. You ain't missed nothing. There ain't shit out here. Everybody got diseases. Every single one of these people got diseases. Hold up. HIV, chlamydia, gonorrhea, just spreading shit. Everybody sleeping with the same person. Nasty as fuck. Got bumps all over your lips. Trifling. That's all right, though. You know what I'm saying? These are your choices. It ain't a good look. You can't tell me you love me and then you go on all of these platforms and go out of your way to talk about how much you regret being with me. That's crazy. And he trying his best to keep it together off camera. Like I still blame him for even pursuing her. He should have just left her the fuck alone. Went to the NBA, got his coins. He was going to be sought after whether or not she wanted him or not. And he could have got a better quality of a woman. Matter of fact, if they ever do get a divorce, he's still going to end up upgrading. This shit don't work the same way with men and women. That man has a surplus of women right now, ready to risk it all. They sleep with him while he's married and everything. These motherfuckers out here is cutthroat. There is no honor amongst thieves. You, on the other hand, you made as fuck. Ain't nobody about to sit up here and wife you after this. But I digress. Nobody is misunderstanding Ayesha. Nobody's misunderstanding you at all. We get it. We get it. So, do what you got to do. I don't know what type of conversations he have with her, but I hope in the next, like, it's not even December yet. By December, I hope and pray, bro, that she ain't made this shit worse. Because she's feeding off of this attention. Anybody giving her the space to speak, she's going to run with it. And she's going to make the best out of these opportunities. These are opportunities to her. Anytime she's picking and choosing what platforms to do all this shit on. This shit is strategic. You think she's going to come here or go to mediocre tutorials and reviews or Kevin Samuels type of a show and talk all this shit? No. She know exactly where she's going, how she's going to carry it, and she knows that these women and these platforms are going to support her agenda. All this shit is strategy. That's why you gotta be careful with who you fuck around with out here, romantically or just in business. Am I wrong? Is my observations inaccurate? Did I leave anything out? Was I unfair? Huh. You know, Corey Holcomb had called out Steph and his dad and his brother, saying that, you know, he already has a history of simping in his family, so it's inherited. That could be true. No guidance. Men of worth and value They will never allow themselves to be treated like they are second best to nobody. I'm either going to be number one here or nothing. You're not about to feed me breadcrumbs. You're not about to treat me like I'm a peasant. Nah. I'm a king here. If I'm not a king, I'm not a court jester. I know that for damn sure. But a lot of men out here, y'all don't know your value or your worth because you keep chasing after the wrong shit. And that's exactly what he did. You genuinely love that woman, though. And that's the sad part. He really actually loved that woman. He loved her so blindly, though, that he just ignored every red flag that was put in his face. Because if she talked like this now, publicly, I know when they were younger, it was hella bad. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Reigning woman, it was good to chop it up with you. Love the feedback. And that's coming from a woman. Real talk. It's one thing to hear a dude say it. It's different when a woman speak on it. So I appreciate you sharing your thoughts and your opinions on this whole thing. So it don't come off as if we just sitting up here trying to attack. It ain't got nothing to do with that. You enjoy the rest of your day as well. I am about to close out. I will be back later on at 8. So if anybody's around that time, come hang out. Let's chop it up. If not, enjoy the rest of your day. Be blessed. Be safe. Oh, and do me a solid before you go. Peace.
Mantra, slave song, slave ship, rip skin, made me rip bones. But no matter how close I am, my ancestors speak. They tell me the tide isn't run on us like we're weak. I haven't been getting sleep. Longing to sing until I surpass peak. Until they think we are equal, please. All I want is peace. My ancestors.